I attended a meeting the other day, and there was one thing that stood out to me and actually got me thinking about it the whole night while I was at the event. And it was the following: the diversity of that room, the people that were there. The event was put together for entrepreneurs. We were all business owners from even different industries, but even crazier, different countries, different even type of personalities. There was people that were introverts, full-on introverts. Other people were total extroverts. Asians, Hispanics, black, white, but we all had a characteristic in common, which was we were all business owners. We were all entrepreneurs. Now, you might be asking yourself, where are you going with this, and why did that make you think about it the whole night? The reason is the following. Whenever I think and talk to my family, my friends, or anybody that I meet just about anywhere, I hear the same myths about entrepreneurs over and over. And I feel the responsibility to share it with you in this video because I have a feeling that that's the reason why many people don't go for it, why many people don't have a business. My name is Andrew Pizzi. I'm an investor and entrepreneur out of Las Vegas, and I want to welcome you to the AP Show, where we'll be focusing on how to build a great life around health, wealth, love, and happiness, which I believe are all needed in order for you to have a great life overall and not in just one specific area. Let's get this out of the way so we can jump right into the video. Now, this time I realized that before I ask you for anything in general, I should be giving you something in exchange. So before the video is over, I promise you that if you do these two things right now, I will give you a different perspective on entrepreneurship. So that if you are thinking about going into business, going into entrepreneurship, you have a different perspective and more information to make an informed decision. Or if you are with somebody in your family or a friend or anything that is trying to go into entrepreneurship, you give them more information so that they can make a more informed decision or make the decision already to get into entrepreneurship and to have a business. The first thing I need you to do for me is to hit the like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube is going to push this content out to more people, and more people can come in this journey with us and benefit from this good information that we're putting in here every single Monday. The second thing is for you to hit the notification bell and the subscribe button so that for you get notified every single Monday when we drop a video and you don't miss all the content that we're putting out there every single week. Now, before we jump into the video, I want to make something very, very clear. With this video, I'm not saying that you should or have to be an entrepreneur, nor am I saying that having a job where you don't have to make the decisions, you don't have to run the company, or you don't have to worry about the economy is wrong. I just feel with the responsibility to give you all this information because, as you know, I'm a capitalist and I'm an entrepreneur by nature. And that's the key word there. Many people self-label themselves as entrepreneur when they're really not. They're just really self-employed people that make really good money at the gig that they have. We can debate all day long about what the definition of an entrepreneur is, but what we're going to do in this video is we're going to use the most basic and generic definition of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur, by definition, is somebody who operates and organizes a business or businesses and taking greater than normal financial risk in order to do so. And that right there, the last part, is where 90% of people can't really be called a true entrepreneur because they are scared of risks. They don't want to take the risk and they don't want to put their money at risk and take financial responsibility for whatever happens to it. So why do I call myself a true entrepreneur? I love building businesses. I love starting new things. I love taking the risks. I love the unknown and the possibilities that things can go very wrong. I am very, very comfortable with the stress that it comes when you start thinking about all the things that could go wrong with the business that you're starting. That's a true entrepreneur. And that along with the 7 myths that we're going to review in today for entrepreneurship, is what stops most people from even trying any businesses whatsoever. Now, there are many myths and different things that are said for entrepreneurs or about entrepreneurs, but the video can go on forever if I go and review all of them with you. So today we're going to focus on 7 of them, and we're going to jump right into the video in just a second. Please comment below with any other myths or any other things that you hear about entrepreneurs that people usually say that I missed in this video, and let's create a healthy debate about this topic. I truly believe that entrepreneurs can change the world, and that's why I want to give you all the tools that I know that helped me and that I needed when I was starting out, so that we together can create a better world. Myth number 1 is that it's too risky. Here's the thing, it is too risky. I want to start with this one because it kind of goes hand in hand what I was just talking about a second ago. People say that taking on the risk to start a business is too much. Now, is it risky? Absolutely. The economy can crumble down, and so can your business with it. You can lose team members. The market might not even need your product in a year from now or 5 years from now. So yes, it is risky, but you know what's riskier? Not living the life that you want. Getting to be 50, 60, 70 and looking back and saying, I didn't even try it. I didn't live the life that I wanted to live because I was scared of taking that risk. It is risky, but it's riskier to not do it. Myth number 2 is that entrepreneurs become business owners to work less or to be their own boss or to just be able to chill and have more time freed up. That is one of the stupidest things that I hear people say about business ownership, because I can tell you the following. The owners of the companies are the ones that have the least amount of free time and the ones that work the hardest at the company. Real entrepreneurs are the ones that are working 12 hours a day, 15 hours a day, all those hours a day that the employees are not, because they're clocking in at 9 or 8 or whatever you come in, and then you clock out at 6 because it's not your company. So if you're starting a business or you're trying to get into it because of that reason, I would recommend that you just stop and continue to work for somebody else, because that's not going to be the right path for you. Same with being your own boss. You never are your own boss. Now, you might not respond to somebody directly, that is correct, but you still have to respond to all your customers, to your team members, your employees, and a shit ton of other people. Myth number 3 is that if you become an entrepreneur and a business owner, you're finally going to be able to get to do whatever you want, and you won't have to listen to anybody else. And that can't be further from the truth. When you have a business, if you're smart, you're actually going to start listening more to other people. You're going to be able to get together with other business owners and people that are in your industry that know more than you do. Now, are you always going to have the last word? Absolutely, because it's your business. But if you're smart, you're going to listen, because when you listen, you learn. When you learn, you improve. And that's how you build a successful business. Here's the thing, even your employees, that's people that you need to be listening to. They're the ones that are doing the work every single day. So you need to adapt and be flexible and listen to your team, so your team can tell you the things that you should be tweaking to be successful. The last thing I'm gonna say on this number 3 is that when you think that you can do whatever you want just because you have a business, you are so wrong. There are so many meetings, there are so many appointments, there are so many things that you're going to have to do, even more than when you were an employee. When you're a business owner, there are so many things that you don't want to be doing, and you have to because it depends on you. You're the owner. Myth number 4 is that the person who's an entrepreneur or successful got there because they're lucky. Whenever I hear this, I just want to sit down with that person that said that sees an accomplishment and thinks that that's because of their lucky, and just sit down with them for 2 hours and dissect their brain to see why they think the way they think. Why would you think that somebody gets that far by getting lucky? Now, do you need a little luck as a business owner to be successful? Absolutely. You're going to need luck. But the fact that you can tell somebody that they got somewhere because they were lucky is very ignorant to say. You have no idea of all the small wins that had to happen before the big win that you can see publicly happened. So I would encourage you to think twice when you're thinking about an entrepreneur or a successful person and you think that they're lucky. You have no idea. Way more than you think happens that the person who is successful goes through anxiety, early mornings, late nights. They have to wake up again because they have to do the things that they have to do to be successful. So whenever you see the big wins, just always know there was a lot of tears, crying at night, and all the anxiety that they had to go through in order for them to be where they're at. Myth number 5 is that entrepreneurs are just born entrepreneurs. Now, this might be one of the biggest myths that is out there. In fact, I should have put it number 2. But can you be born with an entrepreneur mindset? Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that you cannot develop an entrepreneur mindset. In fact, I was not born as an entrepreneur. I was not born with an entrepreneur mindset. Yes, I was ambitious. I wanted to accomplish big things. I wanted to have money since I was a kid. That I will say yes to. But I was not with a mindset of an entrepreneur since I was a kid. I developed it. That's like saying that Steve Curry was born to not play basketball because he's only 6'1". The average basketball player is 6'5" or 6'7", whatever the height is. Is that making Steve Curry one of the best basketball players of all times, not born for basketball? Myth number 6 is that entrepreneurs are selfish. I hate this one. Man, I really hate it because the people who say that have no idea that when Amazon is worth $1.3 trillion, Jeff Bezos is only worth $150 billion. What that means is that Jeff Bezos, by creating Amazon, made $1.15 trillion to other people. With Jeff Bezos' net worth being $150 billion and Amazon being worth $1.35 trillion means that he has created $1 trillion and he put it out to the world for other people to take advantage of it. Also, he has created 1 million jobs in America today. Do you not think that he deserves to be one of the richest guys in the world and have $150 billion on his net worth? He absolutely does. He stimulates the economy in ways that even hundreds of companies combined couldn't do on their own. Here's the thing, that's the furthest thing that somebody can do from being selfish. Being an entrepreneur and being a business owner is actually selfless. You're not thinking just about you, you're thinking about many other people. In fact, I became an entrepreneur and a business owner from the desire to help my family, my friends, and my team members, my employees, to have better lives. Myth number 7 is that you need all the connections prior to becoming an entrepreneur. That's such BS. Do you need connections? Yes. Do you need connections before you start? Heck no. I was an immigrant from Venezuela that came here 8 years ago without knowing anybody. Nobody's born with all the connections unless you're coming from a rich family, which in that case, good for you. But I actually developed those connections along the way while I was getting ready to become an entrepreneur. So do you need connections? Yes. Do you need connections to start? No, that's only a myth. I didn't come from a rich family that had a lot of connections, and here I am. I'm a successful entrepreneur and I have a lot of connections now. With all of that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to follow me on Instagram. I get daily content there, so please go there, check it out. And as always, take care everybody.